Welcome to Seekers of Sarmanath, everybody. It has been a hot minute since we started. I actually have this silly thing still on. I guess we're going to take these down. How have you guys been for the last couple of weeks? I haven't had a chance to talk with a couple of you. Millman, did you get a good night's sleep? Are you rested? Is everything going good?
No, but I'm not working excessive amounts, so I'm not falling asleep and then never waking up again.
That's good. That's good. What have you been doing instead of working excessive amounts?
Having insomnia and playing video games in excessive amounts.
That seems like a much better trade-off. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm not physically tired, I'm just mentally drained from playing things, and I'm like, I can't deal with this cancer anymore. If you can't tell, I played League of Legends, and then I would go to play Dauntless to cool down, and then I'm like, alright, I feel better now. Go back to League of Legends. Like, it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, just don't, man. I stopped playing League. Your life will be better for it.
Teamfight came out, which is I call it auto checkers because it's obviously not auto chess, and the characters will stand there if they can't get to the right hexagon, and we're just like, we broke the game again. They're just standing there, getting shot, and then there's Assault again, so I'll go play Dauntless, go free to play Monster Hunter, and then I'm like, alright, I killed some things, I feel great. Back to auto checkers.
Well, you are living a riveting life at the moment, it seems.
Oh, you know it.
Nice. Well, that seems better than me, at least. I've been down for the last week or so with strep. I thought it was just like a cold, and then it wasn't getting better. Finally figured out what it was. Now we're on the mend. Now I can actually speak.
Yeah. Now you get to enjoy Final Fantasy XI.
Not anymore. It's gone. I returned it. We're moving on to 12.
You returned it.
But yeah, I did. Steam let me get a refund for the like $30 I spent, and then I canceled the $15 worth of subscriptions on Square. So
They probably already know that a refund is coming up, and they're just like, just let the intern know that somebody else bought the game again. So if they refund, just refund it. You know, it's fine. Tell them how to do it. This is the manual. It's just so they're prepared.
It was a satisfying email that I got last night. It was just like, your refund has been processed. I was like, yes, I no longer have to play Final Fantasy XI.
Should've let me know, because Australian consumer law changed the way Steam functions in Australia. So if I buy anything on Steam, I can refund it at any point. Doesn't matter how many hours I put in. They're just like, you're Australian? I'm like, yep. They're like, all right, here's your money back.
There you go. All right, so anybody, what else have you been up to? Sean, why don't you regale us with your summer tales?
I've been aggressively pursuing that meat lifestyle this past week.
Nice.
I played a game called Grim Dawn. Just like, if anyone's played Titan Quest before, it's very similar.
That's Grim Dawn. That's been out for a while now, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I started playing it, and I was having a lot of fun. So I was like, I might pick up these expansions and try those out too. And then I looked at the expansions, and I saw the new classes, which is like, there are 3. One was the Necromancer, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then one was the Inquisitor, and I was like, I've been known to inquisit for the Emperor on occasion. And then the third one was the Oathkeeper, and I was like, that sounds pretty cool too. And then I found out that the Inquisitor and Oathkeeper together make the Paladin, and I was like, well, I guess I have to restart now. So yeah, I've been playing that. I'm pretty far into that game, and then that went on hold because Shadowbringers launched on Friday for Final Fantasy XIV. So I've been playing that for the last 2 days.
That was a full turn of emotions in one sentence. I was just like, okay.
Nice. Well, how's Shadowbringers? Bringing you lots of good times?
I'm having fun. I'm gonna hold out on Judgment until I finish it.
Okay.
Because like with MMO stories especially, they're so long that you kind of need to get a pretty. You just have to get through all of it.
All right, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I went through 10 hours of Final Fantasy XI, and I made my judgment, and it was harsh.
Well, it's fine so far. I guess it just depends on where it goes going forward. Because like Stormblood started fine, and then you got to like the 4th level, and it just completely collapsed in on itself.
Nice.
So it I don't know. It's good so far. It's going differently than I expected. like you solve one of the ever-present problems within like the first 2 levels of the expansion, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to like the Wheel of Time where it's around for 9 books and then Rand is suddenly like, all right, let's fix this.
Awesome. Well, Faye, what have you been up to in the last couple weeks?
I've been sweating. So it's gonna be 99 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 38 degrees
Thank
European
you.
average temperature.
For the rest of the world, I would need to know that.
Tomorrow. So yeah, I'm not a hot weather person at all whatsoever, as you can tell by my incredible tan that I'm sporting around the time of this year. Everybody's like super tan already, and I'm just like, yeah, this is me. Yeah. Other than that, not much. My whole role-playing career is on hold right now, because everybody's just doing summer vacation and different stuff. So there's not much D&D going on, which well,
we're happy to have you here. Excellent. Well, Dan, regale us of... I guess we can't have you regale us of tales of the gym anymore, so regale us of tales of work. Have you found a new gym? Maybe this is what we should talk about. How's the quest for a new gym going?
No, I haven't started going to a new gym yet. I'm going too soon, though.
So
I
next
lost
week.
my wallet. I lost my wallet twice this month, in the same month. I lost it.
Oh, damn!
Got a new ID. I lost like $100, right, in my wallet. And then not a day later, I go out to my car and then there's like the doors open, the lights on, and like someone got in and they like stole my wallet.
It sucks, man. I'm sorry.
And so, yeah.
Did they get
So
your
I've been
phone
down.
too? I noticed
No.
like your phone sends me weird messages when I text you now. It's like
My phone is so bad. I hate it. I can't even. I can't talk about it.
all right.
the hatred is strong. It's like I'm gonna be all emotional. Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, I'll get mad. What else is going on? Fortnite has this thing now. When you leave a game, the people who you're playing with can still talk to you and hear you for like 30 seconds as you're leaving now.
Oh my god, that sounds interesting.
Now these children are like, please, just the whole 30 seconds, just begging me to friend.
I thought they were like, but more. Like the entire.
Yeah,
I
so
was talking to my friend. Oh my god, can you please?
but no, because they know that I can hear them, right? They know that if I could hear them before I left, that I can hear them. So it's sad because I'm stuck there for 30 seconds now listening to them. I like start a party just so I don't have to hear them now. I'm just like, makes me sad.
I've never played Fortnite, but your descriptions of like the kids begging to join your party, just
Yeah.
like I feel like that's the experience right there.
I don't think it's the experience they're going for, but it's really what I've gotten out of the game. That and that, like, it's broken. Terrible.
Mhm.
All right.
But yeah.
Wow. Maybe that's what we're gonna go to now. Instead of tales of gym and work, we're gonna go to you for tales of broken-hearted children.
On Fortnite.
Alrighty. Well, that sounds good. I'm glad you guys are doing well. We are obviously down one Mike. He is still moving, still yet to break out the computer, we assume. So, let's go ahead and jump into game. Do any of you actually remember what you were doing?
I was trying to solve a riddle and it didn't go very well. That's what I know. And
Did we leave at that point, or did we end the session in the cave place?
We ended the session in the cave. So, last time y'all decided to pick up a quest heading north, perhaps to go seek out some more about the Silver Lord, and then happened upon the quest board in Sarmanath and went, oh, money sounds good. Let's go down all the way to past Hawks Hollow, past Coldwater, down to Balesport, where there is a noble who is sick, and none of the medicine men in Balesport, none of the healers are able to treat it, and they have asked for seekers to come and see if they can instead help the noblemen of Balesport. And so the party headed off and detoured immediately eastward to head to Balesport. While on the road, you stopped by the Split Tails Ranch to trade back to the old Mercer wagon that you had purchased way back in episode like 1 or 2. And you got that back. There was some talk about maybe buying some exotic mounts, but nothing came of it, as the party was a bit too cash-strapped at the moment. Heading back out from Split Tails, you stumbled back upon the same hillside caves that you had stayed at on your way to Willard's Mill. And you found there the Sylvan runes showing the location of a hidden cache, and also the remains of an old kind of fey creature, some undead drowner that had been stalking the riverside. After a pitched battle and some even greater battle of wits with the riddle on the cache, you decided to smash it open after dispelling magic on it, revealing some broken potions and some old foodstuffs in there as well. And after that, we woke up the next day and had run out of time, as the side questing, digressing nature of the party had eaten up the entire eaten up the entire adventure time. So we will come into game today with the 5 of you waking up. 4 of you waking up, and Gorik still staying awake in that ruined cave, with your wagons ready to go, continuing wherever it is you wish to go.
All right.
Are we done with everything here? Should we just move on?
I believe so. Thing is dead. We have all the contents of the box.
All right.
List old man.
Yeah, old man who, oh, I'm sure he'll be sleeping on the way, probably in the cart.
Yes, I think that would be a good idea.
Gorik is the guy who's like, I can do an all-nighter, it's fine, and then he gets to 8 a.m. the next day, and it's like,
I am older than I thought.
He's literally me. That's what I'm like. I'm like an old man when it comes to sleep. Staying up is terrible.
It is harder to do this without the monster tonic that they sell in my homeland.
I bet he loves the pink one.
You know it.
Well, you can rest on the cart. Anyways, let's move out.
All right. So you begin packing up the cart. It takes you but a moment, and you are back on the road again. You are traveling down. We'll kind of move over here. You are traveling down the old road past Hawks Hollow to this river here, where you're going to find passage down a boat. Is that still the plan here for you all?
I believe so.
Yes. All right. Excellent. So
we decided to do the boat.
Yeah, I had no idea we were taking a boat, but that's
Yeah, I thought we were just gonna walk.
old.
Because we were going like north.
At the time, I remember Greg was gonna be like, he did say, not gonna be like, he said that there is boats that go up and down, which will make it so much faster for us. And we were like, that's a great idea, but we could walk. And then I was like, maybe we should take the boat.
Okay, how much is the boat?
I don't know.
We
You
don't know
haven't
yet.
gotten there
We haven't
yet.
got there.
y'all are halfway between Sarmanath
When we
and Hawks Hollow.
know, when we
Where
know
are
how
we
expensive
going?
the boat is, we're gonna make it.
I guess
All right.
yeah, I guess we're gonna head to the river and find out how much it
So
is.
you're continuing on your path to Hawks Hollow. All right. The wagon
We
wheels.
need to pay one soul. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I guess we said we would go by boat, so who's gonna die, right? Like,
We need you to jump into this bubbling spring with a whirlpool in it.
yep, we have to. You just put a pool there, Greg. We're gonna be fine. Just put a pool there.
All
Millman comes to the next session with a nice fat stack of character sheets, so he has backups for the future.
So, the 5 of you begin your journey overland on your way to Hawks Hollow. Who are who is looking out for you all on this path here? Who is acting as your active guidance counselor? I don't know. The person in charge.
I shall be the.
All right, Mildarian, you're keeping an eye out while
Hold
Gork
on.
rests.
Hold on. How perceptive are you, Meldarian? Can I trust you to notice any ambushes that come from the sides of the road? Can
Yeah,
I
I
trust
agree.
you to check your 9 and your 3?
Would you say you are alert?
I am not alert, but I can keep an eye out. Yes.
What about your 4 and your 8?
My foreign mate. I have eyes in the back of my head. Is that what you're asking?
All right. Well, we'll
You
give
don't
you
have
this.
to. You don't have to sleep. You can
So-
sit on the cart and look around as well. This would make
Is
life
the
easier,
idea?
imposing
I'm-
advantage on my roll of perception.
Am I finding the way and you are the lookout? Is that how it works?
Let's do it that way.
Yes,
Sure.
you find
I
the
could
way
help you,
on the
Mildarian.
road.
I could
Guys,
have.
I found the road. Keep going.
Yeah.
Why is it bumpy and there's trees everywhere? Look, the road's over there.
I could help you, Meldarian, but that would defeat the point. I want to see how you do on your own.
All right, Mildarian,
I'll
you're
take-
keeping a steady eye out on your path as you wander around the road here. The rest of you are taking turns, spending downtime with Gorik in the cart, or perhaps walking alongside, maybe watching the occasional passerby. While it is winter and the roads are emptier than they were in the summer, you do find some folk, especially from more local villages, using the old road to travel between them. Meldarian, I would like for you to give me a perception check as you make your way through the hilly roadside towards Hawks Hollow.
16.
With a 16. Alright, Meldarian. Sometime about 3 to 4 hours into your trek from the caveside camp that you made, you find yourself staring out across the hills towards the sea of grass. When you see 4 figures, all of them oversized for a man. They seem to be halfway between man and beast. They have 4 legs and a wide torso like a horse or a deer, but where the head would be, their body raises up much like a centaur. But from this distance, it's hard to tell exactly what's going on with them. The heads of these figures seem to be in wild shapes, like antlers and strange protrusions from them. And as you watch them for some time, you get the distinct feeling that you are watching a hunting party, as they are spread out through the sea of grass and seem to be intently on the hunt, though quietly. You observe this from afar.
Okay, are they looking our direction or are they hunting in the sea of grass?
They are hunting in the sea of grass, though they are coming from deeper in the sea and like kind of towards the roadside area. Obviously, the sea of grass starts a fair bit away from the hills that you are currently on, but they seem to be heading towards the hills from whatever direction they initially came.
Okay, I'm gonna lean back and be like, "There's a hunting party at the bottom of the hills. Where are the hills? Whatever they're hunting could be up on the hills. You may want to, if you're not wearing your armor, put your armor on just in case something that's being hunted comes out of the bushes."
Well, all right. I guess we'll prepare for the worst.
Exactly. Hope for the best, but expect the worst.
Janlar would take the chance then to cast mage armor.
Alright, Janlar, you begin casting mage armor. A glow of arcane energy surrounds you and guards your body from harm. What do you guys do as you watch this hunting party? Just watch them continue on?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch them as we continue on, keep an eye out in that direction, to make sure nothing's gonna pop up over the summit of the hill, and they'll be like, "I'm
Alright.
running, rah!"
You spend
Yeah.
you watch them for some time, as the party grows nearer and nearer towards the hunting party goes nearer and nearer towards the hills and the road. As you watch for 10-15 minutes on, you see that they are men riding horses. Or humanoids riding horses. They are not indeed centaurs themselves. But as they grow near, you see that they are wearing strange headdresses, bones of animals, many of them goats or deer or any creature with horns, really. All of them with kind of large sporadic horns covering their heads. Their shoulders have bones, kind of partial armor, like pauldrons on them. They have painted chests, and any place where the exposed skin is covered in either feathers or chests as well. As they spread out, they begin to look up and see you as well up on the hills, watching them. After some time of hunting through the grass, they begin galloping their way up towards the hills to you. As they near, they rein in about 30 feet from you all, kind of half circling the five of you in your caverns. The leader kind of strides forward a little bit, his large horns an extra size above the rest.
If they're within 30 feet, I'd like to cast Detect Thoughts out on him.
All right, you begin casting Detect Thoughts on the leader. He notices you casting some strange magic. His hands go to weapons at his side, but he doesn't pull them out immediately. Just stands there, kind of looking threatening. The rest of his troop follows course. The man intonates towards you in a gravelly voice. Do you have the pig with you? Have you seen the pig?
We have no idea what you're talking about.
The beast you're hunting is not up here. It's evaded you, I'm sorry.
The Lord of Horns. He requires we find the sow. Find the oracular pig if you do. Give him to us. And he kind of waggles his finger over towards a couple of his men. Search their wagon.
You will do no such thing.
You will stand and you will take the search. If there's no pig here, then you have nothing to fear.
You will not search our possessions.
The person he waggled his finger at kind of ignores you after
Okay,
that said.
I cast Fireball at this group.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, Greg.
no.
Fireball.
I'm glad we had this talk.
I do want to know.
Everybody.
The pig.
Huh?
Does he think about the pig? Does
Yeah, he wants to know if there's a pig. He's like these fools. They don't understand who they're messing with. And
So I cast Detect
and
Thoughts
then
on him, right?
his thoughts are something akin to like as a fireball erupts around them.
But I when you think about the pig, is it like a normal pig or is it?
He says it is an oracular pig, and you can tell in his thoughts that he speaks the truth. He is searching for an oracular pig.
What is an oracular pig? What is
I
oracular?
don't even know what
Oracular?
that word is.
So oracular is the root of oracular is oracle, one who sees future events of a
The
fortune
pig
teller,
that sees the
perhaps.
future.
Yes.
Fuck, I want that pig.
So
And does he have an image of it in his head, or is it just like he's just thinking about a regular?
does detect
pig?
thoughts allow you to see images?
I don't know.
Look that up for me. And while you look that up, Tom, you just cast Fireball in this group. Please.
Rose was
roll-
also getting ready to get
Yeah.
off the cart. She was like, okay, I guess we just that. You know, she was like, okay, we will
Please,
fly, no
please,
worries.
roll some Fireball damage, please.
Okay,
Yeah,
42.
Woo!
Just-
Jeez Louise.
It is 10d6, right? I know it's something crazy high. Let me double check really fast.
I don't believe it is 10d6, my friend.
It might be 8d6. I could see that. Hold on, let me double check.
I think it's like 4d6.
Fireball? No, Fireball is above 66. I know it's bigger than that.
Either way, they're eating a lot of D6.
Wait, what? Hold
Eight.
on. Oh, it's 8d6? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a Wikia that says 4d6, but it's wrong.
I don't.
It's 80. So let's drop the last two sixes then. So drop 7 damage from that. So 35.
I'm gonna look this up.
It is 8d6. I'll even double check my book
It,
right
it
now.
does take 8d6. You are correct. All right.
So
let's-
35, not 42.
Let's make some saves.
Yeah.
We have 5 dudes.
All their horses go up in flames, and then they all fall.
We have a lot of fails. We only have 1 successful pass. And so you see
God.
these people erupt in flames and die, just screaming in just panic as the final one is the boss himself, who's waggling his finger. He takes half that damage, and he's burned and seared. The horses, the animals, have no chance of passing this. They all die in a bunch of horse flesh. As your flames subside and the burning stops, you see this lone figure who's burned look around and look at you with hate in his eyes, draw his hooked weapon, and advance forward. Everybody roll initiative!
I'm gonna javelin him. You watch.
That sounds good, man. That sounds good. I'm sorry, I am dying.
You're okay.
Strep throat, guys, don't get it. Alrighty, Tom with a beautiful 16. We have 17 for Meldarian. We have 13 for Janlar. We have 3 for Rose. Excellent. I need to open up Gorik's. Give me just a minute so I can find Gorik's stuff. I should have opened that up here before.
I think he has like a -1. I'm pretty positive.
He does have a -1. You are smart. You're remembering. Alrighty. So, Gorik will roll a 0. A proper dwarfy initiative for Gorik. I'm glad I'm doing him proud. This guy will roll +1. There we go. Leader gets a 6. So, the first to act is Meldarian. You see striding from the ashes of this fireball, this skull-wearing, bone-wearing, painted leader striding forth, his hooked weapon in his hand. What do you do?
Alright. You said he was 30 feet away?
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
You said he was 30 feet away?
30 feet, yes sir.
Oh, even better. I just draw my greatsword, run at him, and cut him down.
All right, you draw your great sword and run forward. Please roll to hit.
Alright. I'm gonna reckless attack and use my advantage. So,
All right.
first attack.
All right. A 14
Why are we so
misses.
mad?
As you run forward with your great sword, you come swinging down, and he takes a bone bracer on his arm and just kind of bats the sword away from you as you lunge forward recklessly.
Alright. Second attack.
All right.
22.
A 22 hits. Please roll some
10
damage.
slashing.
10 slashing, along with the damage he took previously, still keeps him up.
Alright, if he doesn't die, as my bonus action, I'm going to rage. I'm just gonna roar in his face.
I like your choice of attacking first, raging second.
Of course. I thought he was gonna die. I thought I was gonna say.
You see Meldarian, this half-elf who is normally quite calm in front of you, just fly into a rage, his muscles bulging as his attacks prove not enough to fell the leader in front of you. That brings us around to Tom. Tom, you see this man survive your fire, survive a stab from Meldarian. What do you do?
I am just gonna launch a. Actually, he's pretty low, so he's gonna have to make a saving throw here. I believe it's Dexterity for Sacred Flame.
Dexterity for Sacred Flame, yes sir.
And then let me double check the damage. I think it's 46 now.
He will fail to get out of the way as the sacred light of Brigitte erupts around him. From the smoldering ashes of the fireball, new flames dance up, enveloping him once again for damage.
Okay, so it's 2d8, not 46. So 2d8.
46 for a cantrip would be nuts.
It'd be crazy, yeah. He takes another 10 points of
Takes
damage.
another 10, and with that you see the light kind of drain from his eyes. His corpse collapses down on the ground in front of Meldarian, smoldering from the flames. Janlar, what do you do when you see this happen?
You're muted.
Sorry. Well, first off, I'm probably I'm detecting his thoughts, so that's probably pretty horrifying. So he's probably dying.
You're detecting his thoughts.
I'm assuming he
as
probably
he's
thinks of his
burning.
family or his clan in some way.
He never thinks of his family. He thinks only of the Horned Lord. And you see this
Horned Lord is what he called
this
it.
figure deep in his mind with
I don't actually
giant
get a figure in his
horns.
mind.
You see it this time because
Okay.
it makes for a fun statement. We're adding flavor, damn it, and this doesn't ruin the plot. So
Okay.
he thinks of the Horned Lord, who's his master and not failing him, and he thinks that as he is struck down by the flames, he thinks this fool will get his, and then his thoughts are no more. Briefly,
I look to the group then and say, appears he was very, very interested in that pig. So much so that he didn't care for his kin as he died. He only thought of a Horned Lord to send him on his mission.
Rose, what do you do?
Well, Rose has been a splotch of green grass against the tree at the side. She's gonna step out from the tree. She's gonna straighten her cloak and she's gonna say, "So, do we want to talk about this? Because
Yes,
this
you know
seemed
what
a
the
little bit like an overreaction, didn't it?"
I agree.
Well, I was happy to negotiate, but when he started walking toward our cart and didn't heed my words, he left me with little choice.
Are you afraid of losing things, Tom?
No, but I will not be accosted by strangers on the road.
As this conversation takes place,
There
you
it is.
look over to these corpses, burning,
Oh my God.
smoldering on the side of the road, and they all start to rise. Their body movements herky, jerky, just not quite human anymore.
Meldarian, could you step back, please?
All 5 of them begin to raise their voices, no longer sounding human. All of them bleating like crazed animals, giving out cries. And they begin to pull out their weapons and charge forward towards you. That brings us to Gorik's turn. Gorik is... Oh dear, this is very bad. Gorik is going to not cast very many spells because he doesn't put them on his character sheet. Gorik is going to have them save versus dexterity at the leader. But the leader passes as the sacred fire of his flames dance around the leader.
I feel like Gork would try to determine if they're undead. It's really-
They are clearly something. Like, they died and now they're back. And that is his turn. Meldarian. The beast felled in front of you rises again. An inhuman look in his eyes, covered in bones, screaming and bleating in an animalistic cry. What do you do?
Oh, I'm going to cut this undead monstrosity down.
Alright.
Swing 1. 11.
11. This time, the creature doesn't even dodge your sword. It just swings in, cutting deep, but seeming to take no effect.
Oh. I'll cut him again. A 5. So definitely not.
The creature just shrugs it off, your sword hitting the bone on top of him and glancing away.
Alright, well, in that case, I'm going to move back because I know that Tom is going to throw another fireball.
Alrighty, as you step back, he raises his great hooked sword and swings it down on you, taking his attack of opportunity. With a 22 to strike you.
And I'll halve it because I'm raging.
Alrighty. Please take half of 13 points of damage from this swinging of the blade.
So that'll be 6
6.
or 7. Beautiful. Yep, that's fine.
Alrighty. That brings us to Tom.
Fireball.
Alright.
Save against a 32 on that roll.
Sounds good. They have a lot of not very much success.
2 passes. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. 1, 1, and 2. That's
Yeah, that's not particularly good for them. They're going to take 37, 37. Oh no, 32.
32, yeah.
32, 32.
And
we
then
have
the
2
16 on the
passes.
half.
Yeah, 16. All right, all of them eruption and fire. The burning, smoldering flames only momentarily stop them from their crazed, animalistic bleating, and the looks are inhuman as they continue to stride forward after your fireball takes them. Alrighty, that brings us around to Janlar. Janlar, in your detect thoughts, you no longer have any human thoughts. There's just an overwhelming feeling of like rage, pain, and a need to kill, just emanating from this person.
Yeah. I'll let the party know then that we have no choice but to kill them at this point. And I will cast Shatter on them.
Excellent. They are still pretty grouped up, so I think they are all in range for a good shatter.
Which I believe is 3d8. Let me make sure real quick.
They will largely not save very well. Their saves are not so good. They get +3 for con, but I believe that you're well over a 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janlar has like an 18 for int, right?
Yeah, so roll some damage for me.
Ooh, that's real low.
Yeah, 7 points of damage, except for the one that halved it. That you hear this ringing just break out across the field. The ringing just extends and extends down the roadway. These creatures, you see bone fragment and begin to break apart on their grotesque helms and their bone-like shoulder pads. But after a moment of staggering, they continue forward with their great hooked weapons.
My spell save is 15, by the way.
Yeah, 15, still bigger than 13.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that brings us to Rose. What do you do?
So does it look like they are actually getting weaker, or do they just reassemble and keep going?
They're definitely damaged. They definitely look hurt. Although it does seem, as you sit here and look at it and take it in, that the damage that they're taking seems less than you would expect. Almost the way Meldarian takes less damage than you expect.
Right. Okay, well. We don't have a map, but can I feasibly moonbeam on top of them?
Your moonbeam is 10 feet wide?
I believe so. Yes, it is a 10. It is a 5-foot radius, right? So it's a 10-feet circle.
I think you can moonbeam 2 of them.
Right, I don't think that's it. Then I'm just gonna sling at them.
All right.
I think I'm just gonna get a pebble, breathe on it, so it's gonna be
loose
nice and.
stone from the old road. Get it in your vines and sling it at them. Please roll to hit.
I'm gonna sling it at the leader with the hooked thing, right? Is he still up?
Yes, they are all still up and advancing.
And I missed terribly.
Yes.
There we go.
You swing wide at this crazed and bleating creature. Now it is their turn, and the leader steps forward, and he is going to strike at Meldarian. You attacked recklessly, so he gets advantage.
Not this turn, I didn't.
Oh, well, in that case, he attacks recklessly and will take advantage.
I'll take it.
+5. A 9 misses you with his attack. And he is very upset about this, so he will swing again. With a 20...
There we go.
With a 25 to hit you.
Yep.
Crit.
If I had a 25 AC, that would be amazing. But
Right,
no.
right. Please take 11 points of damage as his hooked weapon digs into like your shoulder, ripping out blood and tendons from behind. The other 4 break into a run, each of them selecting one of you to attack, each of them attacking recklessly as they are in a blind rage.
Is it still hard?
If you're still raging, you're taking half damage.
Yes. Yes, perfect. No worries.
So against Tom, that is an 18 to hit you.
That hits because I don't have Shield of Faith up right now. Oh wait, no. It's not a hit. I have 21.
Not a hit. Okay. And does a 17 hit you?
No, 19 is my AC.
Perfect. They
Also
swing
check, right?
ineffectually, as recklessly as they can, in a blind rage at you. But Tom, you are guarded. You are guarded by the faith of Burgess. Fires spring up, preventing their weapons from striking you. Rose, one rages up to you, swinging wildly. The 24 to hit, and an 18.
Both, yeah.
Both hit.
Both hit.
All right. Please take 16 points of slashing damage from their hooks. They dig into you with their hooked weapons and then tear them out, ripping at flesh and tendon and sinew alike, leaving bloody and like awful scars. Janlar, you are the next to receive attacks.
Before you attack, have we decided whether or not I can use shield as a reaction? When I
Does
cast
shield
a spell
say it's a
there?
reaction?
It's a reaction, but I've already cast a spell this turn.
You can use a reaction. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm on board with it.
Oh right, because the way that it's.
I'm on
written,
board with
yeah.
it. I like whether or not that's double spells. I think this is very reasonable.
Okay.
All right, you cast shield, I assume.
I can wait until I see the first roll.
All right, so his first attack is a 17 to hit.
So I'll cast shield.
All right, you cast shield, blocking it away. The next is a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
Alrighty, please take 6 points of damage as it rips into you, tearing out at your flesh. Goric is the final to be attacked with a 19 and a crit. Goric's AC is 15. Both of those hit. So he will take...
Is Mike gonna come back to a dead character?
I don't think so. He will take 31 points of damage, though. Goric looks savaged by these attacks.
Is he not unconscious?
Wait.
He still has HP.
Those are 2 hits, right?
Those are over 2 hits. Yeah.
I think it should be +6, right? Because the bonus to damage doesn't.
It's one of them crit and one of them was a normal hit. It should be
Right.
+6. It should be +6.
Yeah.
So he takes
Yeah.
28 points of damage. Yes, he still is alive, but he looks savaged as this creature just crushes into him, tearing out large chunks of flesh. He begins bleeding out over his armor. He strikes again, ripping and sawing with his hooked weapon. Goric collapses to a knee, but it is Goric's turn, and Goric will attempt to turn or destroy undead. And he will... Yes, he needs to have all of these things make a wisdom saving throw. And he can hear and see all of them within range. That is... 2 passes. So, the one in front of Goric, Janlar, and Rose have all become feared. Meldarian and Tom, the one in front of you, is unaffected by the turning spell. Alright, that brings us around to Meldarian.
Oh, right.
What do you do?
Because this guy, reckless attacked. I got advantage on him.
You do indeed.
Get wrecked, bitch boy. Alright. And I get dual 9s. Of course.
Dual
I
9s
do.
did not hit. Once again,
Alright.
your sword proves ineffective at cutting in effectively.
16.
A 16 does hit.
Alright, let's do that one. So, 10 damage.
10 damage. on the one in front of Meldarian, the leader, he takes his damage and once again roars his wild and vicious roar in front of your face, as if like issuing a challenge to you.
Oh, I know. I'm down.
Yeah.
Roar's
All right.
return.
Yeah, very good. Tom, what do you do as there's now this crazed thing in front of you, tearing into you with his hooked weapon?
So I assume I'm pretty close to the others, right? Not maybe Meldarian's pretty further up, but the rest of the party I'm like probably within 30 feet of.
I think that's reasonable. Yeah.
Okay,
You're
so
like
if I were
around
to
your
use
wagon.
Radiance of the Dawn, I'd get the entire group
I
of
believe
undead that have streamed
so,
into.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna use Radiance of the Dawn then.
Okay. They need to save versus con.
I believe that's a Constitution save. I'll double check really fast.
Hey, there's some rolls. Alrighty,
That's
the
gonna
lowest is a
be-
14.
Okay, so mine I have +3 and then +3, so plus all of them save.
All of
14.
them save. Okay.
So they're all gonna take half of 2d10 +5. They all take 6 damage.
They all take 6 damage. Well, the good news is, the ones that took your full fireball collapse dead. The radiant light of Briges rings out once again from the flames, enveloping the entire area in a flash of light. As the light fades from your retinas, Rose, Janlar, and Tom, you see the ones in front of you collapse down, no longer moving, and falling.
And as a bonus action, I'm gonna throw up Shield of Faith on Gorik.
Alright, Shield of Faith on Gorik. Briges' light surrounds him. That brings us to... Rose. No, Janlar. What do you do? First, you're gonna
You unmute yourself.
So there's only 2 remaining. One of them that's feared in front of Gorik, and one of them on
Meldarian.
Meldarian. Can I tell if the one that's on Gorik is feared? Has it started?
You
to
can
move
tell that he has been turned. Yes. Yes.
Then I would turn and focus on the one attacking Meldarian,
Alright.
and attack with a Ray of Frost.
Alright. Please roll to hit. You point your finger, striking out with a ray of frost, hitting him for 11 points of damage, which is not enough to fell him. The icy magic freezes into him, his body movements slow. He tries to break away from the ice in a rage. You seem to be slowly wearing down this leader. Rose, now it is your turn. What do you do?
Well, I'm not in melee combat with any of them anymore, right? Because mine has been filled.
Correct, yours is dead.
I'm gonna scramble backwards, put another stone into my sling, and sling at the leader
Alright.
again.
Please roll to hit.
Oh, that's healing word. I can't kill people with that. Sorry. Not yet. Oh, that's
Not
oh god,
yet.
a 10. Yeah.
10 does not
I'm
hit.
not hitting anything
Your stone once again flings wide.
Faye, I think you get advantage because you reckless attack last turn.
You do have advantage.
Do I?
Yes.
Lovely. So I get a second chance at failing terribly. Very good. Where's it?
Take it.
That hits.
19.
Roll damage.
Woo! 9
Roll more than
damage.
3. Yeah. There it goes. Down goes the leader. A magic stone pierces right through the skull that he was wearing as a helmet, shattering it and going through to strike his forehead, felling the creature in front of Meldarian. The final berserk person here breaks away from Gorik, rushing as far away as it can go, 60 feet past Gorik and out into the hills.
Does Gorik get an attack above
He
30?
does. I'm looking up his attack here. He gets a +5. Gorik misses on the way back as the creature makes its way back. His wounds too great to swing with any.
Did it reckless attack him?
It did.
So,
yeah,
so
everyone
then-
reckless attacked. He does, in fact, hit. It looked like he was gonna miss, but he hits him right in the Achilles, and deals not very much damage. Really? Yeah, not very
D6
much
is the
damage.
standard cleric damage.
All right, yeah. But just enough to slay the creature in front of him. And once again, you find yourselves still on the old road. These corpses in front of you,
Ow.
no longer
Ow.
moving or threatening you.
Ow!
Tom
Ow!
will,
Ow! 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 Ow!
Tom will start walking over to check Gorik's wounds and say, "See, Rose, you were worried that we were too aggressive, but we just cleansed these undead monstrosities from the world."
It hurts. I think I lost a few leaves somewhere. Am I leaking? Is this sap? I'll just look at my hand.
I think most of us are leaking at this point. Gorik, you have a prayer of healing, or you have.
Yes,
you have the AOE healing spell, right?
It turns out that I did not prepare any spells before I gave my character sheet to the
I'm
DM.
pretty sure Mike has prayer of
And
healing at least, because
So I am making up clerical spells for him to have right now.
Mike had prayer of healing, and that's why I took
Yes,
it off my
it
second
turns out we have prayer of healing. I cast it.
I'll throw a cure wounds on him.
Everyone gather around prayer of healing. I must look it up.
He took 28 damage, right?
Yes, he did.
Took off a metric fuck ton of damage.
Yeah, so I'm gonna throw him up my own cure wounds as well.
All right,
What?
everybody
Bang.
is going to get 2d8 plus his spellcasting modifier, which is 7. So 2d8 plus 7.
I'm full health. I'm just the +7 is full health.
Oh, right, you get your proficiency bonus, don't you?
You all will take 16 HP as Gorik gathers you around. and
Oh, that's
says a
exactly my
prayer-
damage.
Says a
Nice.
prayer to the Lord of Ungral. You feel the pale light of the grave infuse with you and begin knitting together the wounds. Gorik still looks around.
Yeah, so I'm gonna throw a healing spell on him as well.
Alrighty.
He gets another 15 back.
Oh, and between his magic and yours, he looks pretty damn good.
All right.
What kind of weapons were they using?
They are wicked-looking curved swords. They are flat at the handle for some way, and then they hook forward. And at the end, they have like a true hook in them, with almost saw blades. It seems that the purpose of these is to, like a meat hook, latch into you and then draw it through to saw for damage.
I'm totally taking the leader's sword.
Okay, all right.
That sounds brutally gruesome.
You must use two. You must use 2 hands to use it.
I'm a two-hand fighter, so that's
And
fine.
it does a D12 worth of slashing damage. As an action, you can attempt to hook a opponent. They must make a DC 15 dexterity acrobatics or dexterity athletics check to not get hooked. If it is unsuccessful, they are considered restrained until you get rid of the hook.
Father Tom, before these creatures died, the humans, you said they were humans, right? Before these creatures died, they had mentioned Horned Lord. Now that they've come back to life, I wonder if you might want to investigate this further.
I believe it's a good time to start making inquiries, but first we should burn these bodies, lest they rise again.
Wonderful. I'll be right over there if you need me, I say, and I slowly go away from the card, and I take out the mace.
Could you drag one of them over to the pile really fast? And Tom
I'm
starts.
gonna be over here. Okay. I'll talk to you later.
This
I'm
does
not
seem
leaving.
like a necessary precaution. I will help you dispose of the
Shake
bodies.
them. Do they have anything good on their bodies as I throw them into the pile?
As you shake the bodies, you find that they have a lot of bones and feathers strapped to them in many ways, almost like piecemeal armor. But it seems ineffective as armor. It seems almost ritualistic in nature. You are a barbarian. Go ahead and give me a history intelligence check to see if you recognize any of this.
A 19.
You recognize these as bear totems. They seem to have walked the path of Berserker at some point in their life. All of these accoutrements, while strange and not what you would expect to see from your average bear totem Berserker, are signifiers of a tribe of Berserkers at one point.
If it's like if they have like their trinket, it's like one, not their whole body's covered in them. I want to take it.
It seems like this is what's acting as their trinket, is this ceremonial garb, all these bones.
Oh, that's alright, then I don't want to take all this gross fucking kit. That's gross.
Greg, I would like to get out my mace. I'm not gonna be like, Sandbar, are you awake?
I'm always awake. It's great. The sky is awake. I am awake.
Fantastic. So, do you know anything about really angry bone deer people that walk these plains?
They're not deer people, but they do look like my plainsy kind of people. Let me have a think about it. I roll.
They are looking for. You said they were looking for a pig, right? They were looking for a pig, I think.
Yeah, magic oracle pig.
If they were hunting something, I'm assuming it was a pig. Let me just go to my character.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess. I'm holding.
Can I roll to have like a memory to see if I know them?
So you want to know if Sambar has ever encountered an oracular pig?
Yes.
Okay. Sure. Why don't you roll me history intelligence as you are trying to recall the history of the Sea of Grass that you were raised in.
Okay, let me quickly grab his character sheet because I don't have it on the character thing anymore. So my other DM's gonna be like, why is Sambar suddenly added to my campaign? But
Can you not put Sambar in this one again?
I can't because why is it? That's not.
I don't
that's
know.
not
We'll
what-
figure that out.
Yeah, we tried to figure it out, but I'll just roll one. I know my characters.
You could just roll as Mildarian if you want, just for
Yeah.
ease.
So
of,
which check was it?
history intelligence, if you would.
Let me just bring that back. No.
No, Sambar is uncertain about an oracular pig up where he was from in the Sea of Grass. It was not something that he had ever run across.
Yeah. It's not. I've never heard of these pig people.
They were very angry
Well,
in an unhealthy kind of way. You know, not the cleansing kind of way, but the bad angry way.
You kind of see like the mace just like lean forward towards the body, and I'm like, they didn't look very friendly. Also, why didn't you use me to wail on him?
Well, I'm still a little bit. I mean, we're friends, right?
Yeah.
Is it- I mean, we established that you're not supposed to slap your friends. I'm not sure if you can. You slap with your friends? Is that fine?
Yes. I give you permission to use me to bash other people's heads in for you.
Right.
Because I can't exactly put arrows in them anymore.
But if it hurts, you're gonna tell me, right?
Oh, definitely. I really don't think I'm going to hurt. Like, think of it as like me headbutting things. I used to headbutt things all the time.
We all flash
That's
back to the
true.
time you headbutted the stone, just like running down.
Oh, okay. But if you know,
I'll let you know.
I'll-
I'll let you know.
promise?
Promise. Because
Okay,
you're the
I'll-
only person I can talk to now, so...
You could talk to other people. I can hand you around if you want to.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Dirty fingers all over me. I'm good, thank you.
Okay. I'll put him on my belt, so I'll have him now, you know, like as a weapon on my belt, I guess.
Just before you let go,
Hmm?
you're like, I found you one of your leaves. It's by your right foot.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, that's embarrassing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see that. I pick it up and I like put it back where the zap came out. I'll just stick it on. Like, I'm sorry.
Alrighty. So, what is the 5 of you going to do here?
Burn these bodies and then move on, I guess.
Sure.
That's
Hiding behind the car so I don't have to see that part.
While Gorik finishes piling up the rest, I'm gonna cut up some grasses because it doesn't look like there's trees around this area. So I'll cut up some grasses and we're gonna make a quick burning fire.
Trees
here.
are sporadic, right? Just because there's not a forest right here doesn't mean there's like never a tree, right? You're
Okay,
kind of-
I mean, I got the impression that it was like pretty like empty, thick grasslands.
So up above you in the hills, empty thick grassland. Like,
Right.
You would hardly ever see a tree. The fact that you found one to rest in was kind of rare. Over here in the hills, there's still occasional trees.
Okay. I guess we can collect some branches. Either way, I don't really want to delay for a long time, so we're probably just gonna get some things to help it like burn quickly.
All right.
And then I'm just gonna drop a flaming sphere on like this pile of bodies. Let it like sink into them and just like they get consumed by this spongy ball of fire.
Ooh.
As you're like gathering sticks, you just see Meldurian just like standing there. Why don't you just invest in oil?
It's the future.
Well, I'm not exactly loaded enough to be making investments right now, Meldarian.
Like this ain't. We're not talking America here. You just need a couple of vials of oil to burn a couple of bodies.
I mean,
Lamp
might
oil's
help.
less than a gold apiece. I'm pretty sure I can spare that if you need it.
if you want to buy us some lamp oil next time we're back in town, I would appreciate it. Although
I
lamp
mean-
oil doesn't it's not like it's explosive or anything, right? It's
No, it just burns things.
yeah, it's I mean it'll help, but bodies still don't want to catch particularly.
Are you
Bodies are not that
done
flammable.
yet?
Hold on,
Have we
Rose.
set everything on fire?
Hold on, and
I
I
can't
snap my
smell
fingers, and,
anything.
like the spongy ball of fire starts sinking into this
As
like
you-
popping pile of bodies.
As
Now I
you
can smell it.
begin burning the bodies, you see a group of travelers coming up the road towards you. Stop, see what you're doing, and begin like treading past you around the old road, like taking their wagon off into the hills a little bit, trying to just avoid the crazy group of people burning bodies in the middle of the road.
I shout like, "Excuse me, do you know anything about a horned lord?"
Nope! Never heard anything! Didn't see anything! Good day,
Okay,
sir!
thank you. Have a good day.
I just get on the cart and I'm like, just get on the cart, Rose. I think he's nearly done burning the field.
Well, we're doing it on the road. I'm not like burning them in the middle of the grasses.
That's worse.
It is worse. Yeah.
Alright, you finish burning the bodies in the middle of the road. Leaving the remains there for whoever was to come across them. What do you guys do?
Oh, that's a random encounter for somebody else, isn't it?
What do you guys end up doing here? Are you heading
Are we-
into Hawks Hollow?
Are we gonna continue to Hawks Hollow, or are we gonna try to stop and investigate the Horn Lord?
Well, Gorik, you had that book, didn't you? The one with all the information on the Silver Lord.
Yes.
Somebody had a history book, right?
believe I did
Was it
have a
Rose or
history
Gorik?
book.
And Gorik has the book because it's written in Dwarvish and he read it for me.
Yes.
Is there anything about a horned lord in there by chance?
I do not remember seeing anything about the Horned Lord.
I read something about a horned lord.
Oh,
Did you?
Yeah. So apparently he was married, right? But then his wife met somebody else and she really liked him, right? And so the two of them went away for a while and that's when he got called the Horned Lord. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Something with horns.
But-
Yes.
The Warlord stole his wife. What a twist.
I know what you're talking about, Rose. Slightly different name. Close.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Close.
I have to read this up again. I'm going to get out romances and dalliances and read up about cheating on people. I'm pretty sure it was not good, though.
No, it's not.
Gorik kind of leafs through the old dwarven book and says, I do not believe I will find anything.
It seems... I wasn't surprised to hear a silver lord in a dwarvish book, but I suppose a horned lord might not be particularly fitting for ancient dwarves.
It is not a tale I am familiar with. I will read though on the way into town. Perhaps there is something more I can find.
I'll ask around and see if anyone in Hawk's Hollow knows about it as well.
Sure.
As I'm manning the cart, I just lean back and I'm like, aren't you famous here?
We're well known, I think. Wait, is this the place where we disappeared one night when we were going to deliver their mail, but then we got sucked into the time loop?
No, you went to a smaller city. I don't know how I remember this, because I was not part of the party. But
Because we told you 100 times before we forgot ours.
yes.
Okay, so we've never been to Hawk's Hollow then.
No, you were in a small town south of Willard's Mill, some miles
Thank you,
west.
Gorik. Your memory is just...
It literally says small town on the map as well.
It is
I love
like
it.
a steel threat.
Maybe you're absorbing my memories, and that's why I forget everything. I remember things you never experienced.
It is a clerical bond.
I'm pretty sure there's a bard here that like sings about you guys.
No, he lives further, or he's further east, or west, east.
Cardinal directions are
Look
very
mapping.
hard. East is
It's
to the
Hawk's Hollow.
right.
Yeah, it is.
Hawk's Hollow, is that where he's okay?
That's where he was. To memory.
I believe it's Coldwater.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? I thought he was at
Yes.
Hawk's Hollow. Anywho.
So
We haven't passed through the small town yet, have we?
yes,
No.
you have.
Okay, so we'll continue to Hawk's Hollow, and then
All right.
I'll ask around about the Horn Lord there.
So the five of you begin your trek once again over the old road down into Hawk's Hollow. You spend the rest of the day meandering through hillsides and the kind of winding path between them. As the sun begins to set, you find yourself riding past the last of the hills, all of them in a nice, neat line leading down into a hollow where you can see down into a large city spread out flat across the plains in front of you. Unlike Sarmanath, which is built very vertically, this one seems to spread out. A sea of people, smoke, campfire, cooking fires, and the sounds of civilization ring out from the hollow up to you as you look down it over the hill. Behind you, behind the city itself, it backs up into the end of a mountain range, forming the other side of the hollow. As you walk down in here, you see that despite the sun only setting, it is quickly blocked off by both the hills and the mountains, leaving you in a very dusky, low-lit area. The main feature of the city is you kind of make your way down into it. You see it is built around a central tree, about as large a tree as you've ever seen. Maybe not Rose, who's come from the Gloomwood. But any of you who have not frequented forests have probably not seen a tree this large. It is not a evergreen. It is a overly sized willow, and its branches are heavy and dangling. As you make the final push into Hawk's Hollow, you hear the cries of the final hunting of hawks and birds of prey screeching down from the mountains into the grass fields around you. And on that scene, we will go ahead and take our first break here, and we will come back to the adventures of our seekers in about 5 minutes. Hope to see you all then.